We started Texas Tech Quail as a project in the Department of Natural Resources Management in the Davis College in an effort to try to develop sustainable quail populations in the wild. One of the things that is characteristic of quail populations in the rolling plains of Texas are boom and bust years, which is driven primarily by rainfall. And so what we're trying to do is make the bust years not as low and the boom years even a bit higher, so that over time we level out some of those boom and bust and have somewhat more stable populations. We're never going to have completely stable populations because of the extreme variation in rainfall that we have, but we can do things with management to try to prevent some of those fluctuations from being so big. And so what we do is we're an integrated management approach research group, in that we are very data driven. We actually monitor the survival, the reproductive rate, things like adult survival, chick survival, nest survival. Those are all metrics that we monitor in the field so that we can know whether or not our management is having a positive effect.
So for each of these chicks, what we'll do is we'll weigh them each. We'll put a patagial tag on their wing, one of these, and then I will put a radio transmitter on them as well, which I'm setting up for right now. I'll pull one out. These are the micro transmitters we use. They essentially go right on the center of the back on the chick, and that's how we track survival and successful recruitment into a greater population later on in the fall.
We also monitor the population density at the end of the year, as well as hunting success, so that we can see that we are really benefiting the population. And so what we have done over the past few years is design experiments where we've looked at things such as providing supplemental feed by broadcasting it into the habitat, also doing predator reduction during the breeding season. And what we have found is that these management tools can be used in quality habitat areas to actually increase the growth rate of quail populations and increase these metrics of survival. That's one of the things that we want to make sure of, is that we're communicating to the public, to land managers, to private landowners, that we have the data to show the benefits of our management. And in this current project on the Pitchfork Ranch, you can see that what we have is a control and a treatment area where we're able to show these differences.
And then we'll just release them, and I know mom is somewhere in this area, so they'll chirp like this, and that will help them recombine back together.
None of this would be possible without our very generous donors and funders that we have. I need to thank Chuck Ribelin. Chuck is a tremendous advocate for quail and quail hunting and youth hunting in the state of Texas. He's known throughout the state. Then I got to thank Jim Cone. Jim has been instrumental in specifically this Pitchfork Ranch research project, and he is so wonderful to work with. And again, another person that's really knowledgeable about quail. Finally, we have our funders that are different agencies, mainly within the Quail Coalition. We've got the Park Cities chapter, the Cross Timbers chapter, and the Permian Basin chapter, which are all major funders for our research. And then finally, we also have funding from the Burnett Foundation and the Bromberg Charitable Foundation as well. If you're looking to partner with us, we would love to be able to add your name to the list, and happy to show people what we do.